Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put in my turkey for this year's fried turkey. You'll note that the burner is not on. That's important because if this thing starts to bubble over and gets into the burner, it'll cause a fire. So you turn it off while you're putting the turkey in. You also note that everything around me is wet. It serves two purposes. One, it helps to prevent fire, but also on this concrete, if grease falls on the wet concrete, rather than soaking it in, it'll float on top. And I also put a little bit of soap on here to help that. So, here's the number one thing. Don't drop in the bird. Slowly put it in there. Now it's going to sizzle a little bit right away, because as soon as all the fluid from this turkey hits it, it's going to start to boil. For safety equipment, long sleeves, gloves. This is not a fashion statement, they're safety glasses. When you put this cold turkey in there, the temperature in the oil is going to drop a lot. So as soon as you put the turkey in, you'll need to get the burner back on right away to get it back up to the proper temperature. And that's because if it gets too cool, the oil gets inside the turkey and makes for a greasy turkey. You can see right now though, the oil is boiling almost to the top, and that's from all the fluids coming out of the turkey and getting into the oil. Those turn into vapor or steam, cause bubbles, which makes the volume of the oil go up, raises the level of the oil. If I had the burner on, the possibility that some of this oil would get down the side of this thing and catch it all on fire. The secret is to nice and slowly set it in here. Mentally, you also need to be thinking, if I see fire, what am I going to do? If I just see it, the smart thing is to gently pull the bird out and set it aside. If you feel it and you're on fire, then you need to just yank this bird as hard as you can, throw it over there, and get the hell away from it so you don't want to burn yourself up. But by turning off the flames, I've really reduced the danger of that. Also, you want to, as you're doing this process, lift it in and out a couple times to let that oil get inside and outside. And the way to determine the level initially is before you ever get the bird out of the wrapping it comes in, you've got to put it in there and fill it up with water and then pull the bird out and make a line to figure out how much oil to put in there. But bear in mind, the oil does expand when it gets hot, so you don't need to go too far above the bird when you make the original test. But when you're doing this, you find out that it's going to overflow, it's not the end of the world. You gently pull the bird out, go get a saucepan, and just dump some of it out into a handy container like something I've got here and let it cool. What you never want to do though is just drop the bird in that oil. And you'll note there's quite a bit of oil coming out of this time. That's because there was so much fluid in the bird. When I spark this thing on, there's going to be a fire. But it's not such a big deal. I've got a hose nearby. You just keep the flames down.
Sorry! I was eating at the rate. Sorry. I was too far.
Alright. So you can see it's boiling over pretty vigorously. If I had the burner on right now, this would be a bomb. There'd be fire everywhere. Once that boil comes down, because the fluids in the bird started to finish boiling out, I turn the burner back on. But right now it's plenty hot. And that's how you don't burn yourself when you're putting the turkey in there. Okay.